From the Ticats Audio Network, this is Ticats Today with Braden Neville.
On today's episode, Coach O lets us know who Saturday's starting quarterback will be. Levi Mitchell speaks on gearing up for the playoffs, and James Butler discusses not taking this weekend's game lightly. It's Monday, October 23rd, 2023, and you're listening to Ticats Today. The Ticats returned to the field yesterday, didn't practice today as they prepare for day one tomorrow following their bye week. Both Montreal and Hamilton had a nice little bye week break, a little bit of time to get some guys healthy on both sides. You know, that bye week kind of came at the perfect time for the Ticats. We've seen a lot of injuries, and especially in that secondary, and that's kind of how it goes around the entire CFL at this point in the year. It's hard to stay healthy in a full CFL season, but the Ticats getting a little bit of time to rest some of those sore bones and prepare for this upcoming matchup. We've been talking a lot about what the Ticats should do in this upcoming game in Montreal and who should be the starting quarterback, but we did get some big news on the QB front, and that is that Levi Mitchell will make the start against Montreal on Saturday. Unsure of how long he will be in the game for, but clearly looks like they want to see a little bit more of Bo and want to see him get in some more reps heading into the playoffs. Coach O spoke about Bo getting the start, the bye week, and more.
I would answer very politically and say, of course I would. Of course I would consider playing two quarterbacks, maybe three. Right. So, yeah, I mean, when you have, it's nice, you know, we haven't had this type of availability and all these options to us throughout the year. And so I think that the way we're trending right now, that's always a possibility. Bo will be our starter. Well, I think anytime you come back from the bye week, there's just this sense of energy from everybody, not just players, but coaches, you know, personnel, just everybody's excited to do football again. And, you know, we kind of know the direction we're headed and, you know, what challenges we have ahead of us. So I thought there was good energy out there today. And there was the Tim Hortons Field win, so that was nice. Yeah, well, we can't control Montreal. What we can control is ourselves. So we definitely have a plan. We're not going to be able to rest. It's not a secret. We're not going to be able to rest everybody. There's a funny thing called a cap, and you got to adhere to that. And at the same time, you know, we had our bye week came late, so we're afforded a week of rest, a little bit over a week of rest there, so that's of benefit. So I feel like we'll still have the ability to be fresh even for those players that are going to play, you know, for the next 4 weeks. Yeah, I mean, we've been thin at times, but we definitely got depleted there in the secondary, and I think there's all great teachable moments when it comes to that, meaning you're going to have to be able to play multiple positions. Oftentimes that's said, but never really comes to life. And it actually came to life in a real-life situation. And, you know, people had to go to different positions, and I thought we responded well. The disappointing part is all that great effort was spoiled by the loss. But we've moved on and moved from that, and we'll learn from it, and we'll see what happens. Just you have to – this is what playoff football is. You expect it to come down to the last play. It's just you want the fortunes to be reversed. And there's other things that led up to that last play and controllable factors that we will revisit. And you don't do it all in one haul. You do it, you know, throughout the week, and you piece it together, situations in complementary football that we really think contribute to consistent winning. So it's not one overarching message except for expect it to come down to the last possession. Always keep your belief, and most of all, have fun and play for one another. Yeah, well, of course, the natural stereotype is this is a passing league and you don't run the ball, but I think it's proven effective time and time again that when you do run the football, it does help your passing game. And, you know, for those running backs that you had mentioned, and I think it's true for every team that I think running the ball is kind of an attitude. And sometimes you have to run it even when you're not getting a lot of yards. That way you're not putting as much pressure on your pass protection. And I think the other thing that really goes under the radar is just the blocking that a lot of these running backs throughout the league. And that James Butler for us specifically, and Erlington and everybody we've asked to be back there, they're willing. First of all, they're willing, and I think they're fantastic blockers. And I think that's something that's really overlooked when it comes to running backs in the CFL. I like the organ. You know, it always starts like the players will go as the coaches go, and you know the organization of that, and then I just like how everybody was prepared, and that's from the equipment people to the therapists. The personnel department, just everybody's ready to go, and that just shows that, you know, everybody knows the expectation. They know the standard that we're operating at, and that's not just the players, I like the meetings and just everybody's out early, not just on time. All those little things make a big difference this time of year, so you can really focus on just ball. So check back with me like day 1, day 2, day 3, and let's make sure we have that same energy and I have the same zest for it. I look at it as a chance for us to get better. Sure, I mean we'll be playing the same team twice, in their stadium twice, and so I think preparing for their crowd and how they may respond, I think both teams will be feeling each other out, but there's such a big sample size of just all the film that's out there, but there'll be certain things we'll be looking at. We'll line up in certain things, they'll line up, and we'll see how we respond, and ultimately, we're all vying for the same thing. There's 9 teams that have the same goal, and then all of a sudden we'll be down to 6, and it's the same goal, and it's just your consequences are far greater, right? That's why it's called elimination. So just looking forward to practice, on day 1, and then, if you want to call it a dry run, sure, because it isn't an elimination game, but the way I look at it is it's another learning experience for us.
That was Coach O, and it's really a difficult task to decide who plays in this game, how long they play for. You don't want guys to get cold because you have a bye week last week, and you don't want them not playing for 2 weeks, but how much do you want to play certain guys? It's a tough question, but Coach O and Scott Milanovich have a plan, and they want to see Bo Levi Mitchell in this game. I agree with it. You don't want to see him go another 2 weeks after he's finally started to catch that groove. You want to see him play football. You can't be concerned about him being injured. He knows he's ready to go. He wants to play, and this is the plan they're making up. So Bo Levi Mitchell spoke about this bye week and preparing for the playoffs.
Good. Yeah, bye week's always fun. It's nice to relax, recover, especially right before a push like this. So feel confident, feel good. Bodies felt good. It's good to get back out there. D kind of ran us around the field today, and then last drive we stepped it up and had some good plays. So it's good just getting out there competing. Yeah, the last couple of games, the way they've worked me in, I just got to give praise to the guys up top and how they've kind of done this. So body feels good. Obviously, getting a week off and getting to kind of work out and keep in the training room and doing the rehab. Body's feeling good and just ready to go. Yeah, to me, treat it like this is playoffs right now, because honestly, the way we're playing the same team. You're obviously not going to come out and give them everything you have, but knowledge-wise, play-wise, but you're going to go out there and you're going to play the game to win. That's the only way I know how to play the game. That's how O's attacking it. That's how he told us to attack it. And if you're a competitor and you're stepping on that field and your thought is not to win, and you're just like, I'm just going to go out there and compete and then get ready for playoffs, something's wrong with you. Lean on the guys that maybe don't have the same experience, and then allow our voices to carry for the guys that have been there multiple times. Simone, Ted, CVZ, just all the guys that have been to the playoffs, been to the Grey Cups. Allow your voice to carry at the right time. Trying to say too much is doing too much to me. And, you don't want to overload the young guys either, but it's just letting them know, and O already does a great job of this, but it's just letting them know, hey, there's certain situations and things we've done this year that will not allow us to win a playoff game. So get those things out of the way. We've been building, been climbing the mountain. So now let's just kind of finish at the peak. I would say just keeping my eyes ready to see anything. Noel's an amazing DC. I've played against him, a lot of times. One of the more innovative guys in our league, and I'm sure he has a folder on me, just the way that I have on him, and I think that he probably plays me differently the way he would play Matt, differently than the way he'd play Trey Ford or Zach. So watch the film, understand their coverages, understand their blitzes, but just understand it on any given play you can see anything. So to me, it's eye discipline, trusting what you see and trusting your reads to go out there and throw the ball. Yeah, I would say if there's one team that's done it with success, it's right here. With the Dane and Masoli, and back in the day it was Masoli and Zach, and they've done it multiple times, and I think the biggest thing is they just don't lie to us. They tell us, hey, you're going to go in for this long, plan to play this long, and execute every single play you're in. And I think it's a big thing that we're very close in that QB room. So we all trust in each other, we all believe in each other, and we just build each other up as much as we can. So we keep each other accountable too. So it's a fun room, but we know that it's going to start in with us at the quarterback position. And if we're going to be able to hoist the Grey Cup over our head, it's going to take any given day, any one of us playing very, very good football. Honestly, it's the best. I felt like when I came out for warm-ups last week, just kind of feeling like that cool breeze. The ball sticks to your hand a little bit more. In my mind, I love it. Playoff football in the CFL is one of the most fun things. not knowing if you're going to get a -30, if you're going to get just snow dropping like crazy. And out here in Hamilton, I mean, you might get the wind blowing off the doors. So just go out and have fun with it, handle the weather and get guys to understand how it is, but and just go out there and play.
That was Bo Levi Mitchell, and you can hear the confidence in his voice. He's been there before. He knows what it takes to win in this league. He's won 2 Grey Cups, and Ticats fans are hoping to see that playoff magic we've seen from Bo in the past. With the playoffs set, it would be easy for guys to take this game lightly and look ahead to the next game following this game and look ahead to that East semifinal, but James Butler made it clear that's not what the Ticats are going to be doing this weekend when they take on the Alouettes in the final showdown of the season. It's unclear how much James Butler will be playing, if he'll be playing at all, but he mentioned that the only game they're worried about right now is the one in front of them.
I mean, every game counts, you know what I'm saying? So, you don't want to go in there this is just like a glorified preseason game. This game means a lot for us, you know what I'm saying? Probably going to mean a lot for them, too. It's a home game, and it's kind of just we get an opportunity to go out there, put pads on, and play against, another worthy opponent. So, we're just going to go take it pretty serious. Energy on both sides, you know what I'm saying? Simoni's making a bunch of plays, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, Bo's up there making a bunch of plays, so it's just energy from both sides, you know what I'm saying? After having a week off, feeling refreshed, feeling, guys feeling back, just get our legs back for sure. Yeah, just I play with a bunch of quarterbacks this year, so it's kind of just been like a whirlwind of quarterbacks. So just me, just always just communicating with those guys, making sure we're on the same page, letting them know, hey, I'm there for an outlet, I got your back, you know what I'm saying? Just letting them just do their thing. So I'm just there to protect you and let you do your thing. I think it's a blessing for sure, you know what I'm saying? It's a long season, it's a lot of games, so guys are banged up. You get a chance to, go into that postseason fresh. You know what I'm saying? Get your legs back. So I definitely think having a bye week, later in the season definitely helps the legs. Just go execute. You know what I'm saying? Win, go execute, and do our best, do whatever we can to try to make another home game. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be an uphill battle. We know the position we're in, but you know what I'm saying? We just know if we go out there and execute the best of our abilities, we'll see what happens come the end of the game.
That was James Butler, and as this week goes on, I'm sure we'll be figuring out more and more of who's going to be playing and how much guys will be playing in this final regular season matchup. Will we see JB? Will we see Tim White? Who knows? Coach O's got that all figured out. That's up to him to decide. But as the week rolls out, we'll probably get more news as to how they're going to approach this final matchup of the season with Montreal. Before we go, Ticats fans, another big Grey Cup Festival announcement. It seems like I have one for you every day. The Hamilton Tiger Cats and the 2023 Grey Cup Festival announced Monday. Juno award-winning rock band Monster Truck will headline the Neighborhood Block Party on Sunday, November 19th at Tim Hortons Field. The Hamilton natives, along with Boy Golden and Born in the 80s, make up a stacked lineup for the Neighborhood Block Party, which is free to attend, by the way, for any fans with a ticket to the 110th Grey Cup game. It begins at 2 p.m. The trio of Canadian acts will rock the South Plaza at Tim Hortons Field and keep fans entertained until just before kickoff, making for the perfect tailgate, might I add, ahead of the big game. So we'll continue to get more announcements as we near closer and closer to Canada's biggest party, and I can't wait. That's all the time for me today. I want to thank you for listening to Ticats Today.